Okay, so man does not live by bread alone. We have to work and work and continue to work. So I've been up since morning walking and walking. Did I say morning? Okay, I woke up around 2 a.m. I have not slept. I am working. That's the nature of my job. So what kind of work do you do? What kind of work do you do? There is dignity in labor, and nothing comes too easy. Nothing comes too easy. Everyone is working out their ass. Everyone is working. You know? So, okay. I am working. What are your working tools? My working tools are my computer, my books, my glasses. My glasses. Yes, I work with my glasses. My computer, my glasses, my books. They are. My phone is also my working tool. You know? So these are the things that I cannot do without. As a writing teacher, you have to write. That's what I do for a living. Writing. I teach writing for a living. So right now I am writing. Okay, open up. Yeah, it's open. Open up. Okay, so this is what I do. Writing, typing. Okay, so story time. Story. Once upon a time. Okay, so I want to share this story with you. Let me start by telling you that for every story, there is something to learn. So, if you really want to learn something, keep listening to stories. You know, these days that people teach through story learning, okay? People teach with story learning, storytelling. So it's important. Sometimes you tell your students story, engaging story, they are really interested in listening to you, but they will just take the story, the content, without identifying the import, the reason you are sharing the story with them. Okay? So, the story I have for you this morning is a writing story. So, I read this book. I cannot remember the title of that book. But the book was very interesting. It was an interesting read. You know, I'm surprised. Okay, I know why. The book is not by my side right now, but it was one of my best books because it will encourage you to write. That is why it is one of my best books. How did I forget the title of this text? Now, the writer is an artist, as in he draws. You know, that kind of visual artist. And so he told the story of how he started writing. Writing and visual artists are related. Of course, we know that they are all arts. But he said he started writing using his learning as an artist. As an artist, you have to bring together works that you admire, works that, you know, inspire your creativity. So that was what he was taught. And then he could get these works. And the beautiful thing is that no matter how much you want to recreate another's work, there will be something that would be different. And so he was taught to recreate. If you like, you call it imitation. Imitate what you like. But don't just bring it out the way you saw it. You need to improve on it. So let me tell you this. Let me just add this before I continue with the story. You see, phones, mobile phones. You see that mobile phones has continued to evolve. You know, the one you see today will be an improvement of the previous version. And so he was taught to imitate any work he likes, but that he should ensure that there is an improvement. And then he added that there is no way you would give an exact copy. There must be a slight difference. Maybe in color, maybe there must be something different. All right? And so he would gather, you know, works that he likes, and then he will begin to paint, to draw, and it will come out beautiful. Sometimes not as beautiful as the original, sometimes more beautiful than the original. And then writing. Yes, writing. How do we come about writing? What is writing to you? How do you see writing? How did you come about writing? Yes, writing. You know, you cannot write without reading the works of other people. Writing is very important. So if you want to write, please read. If you have thought about writing, if you have picked up a piece of writing and you are thinking, how did this person come about this work? How come I cannot write? How is it that people write excellently, turn out beautiful? You know, you admire others' writing, and then you want to write just like other people. But somehow you feel that you are deficient. I know that feeling. I know the feeling. So I know you feel that your work is not as good. You feel that nobody will like your writing. But how will you know that your writing will not be liked if you have not brought it out or for people to see? How will you know that? Think about it. Yes, think about it. You cannot know that your writing is good until you bring it out for other people to read and judge. You understand what I mean? Everybody has a story to tell. You have a story to tell, and you can't tell that story by first condemning your writing. So, you should get on your computer, or if it is a book that you're using, start writing. I'm sure you'll be wondering, why do I see games and then this speaker is talking about writing? Writing is not as strict as we all think it is. It doesn't come once. You can take it up like a game that you're playing. Be interested in it. Be engrossed in it. You know, pay attention. You know how you play this video game and you want to repeat it. Oh, you've identified your mistakes. You want to correct it. You want to play again and again until you become perfect master of the game. You can extend the same to writing. You continue to write and revise and write and revise and write and revise. You write and revise. Before you know it, your work will take that shape that you've always wanted. So it is not a one-time activity. Writing is not a one-time activity. It's an activity that you do over and over and over again. Okay? You know, you continue to work on it until you keep getting better as you're writing. Yeah. Okay. Don't understand. Oh, sorry for that break in transmission. You know, I told you that I am working. Okay, so I'm writing. I was just scrolling. I had to get this. So sorry for that break in transmission, and Okay, if you are listening to me, welcome to Jackie's Gist TV. Today I decided to gist about my work, the work that I do. I am a writing teacher, and yeah, that's what I do. I teach writing. Um, I teach English. That's what I do. But where I am working right now, what I do is to teach writing. And I must tell you that writing is very interesting and that it is not as difficult as many of us take it to be. Okay? When we see beautiful piece of writing, the thing that will come to our mind is that, oh, this is beautiful. Can I ever write something like this? The truth is that yes, you can. Why? You can because writing is not a one-time activity. Writing is not a one-time activity. Honestly, I do not understand these people. I don't. Sam, this is Sam, this is me. Is this my own? Yeah. Wow. I don't even have anybody here. I'm talking to myself.